Henceforth, you shall be known as
All right, it's
You want me
enough
to
of that.
freestyle? You freak. You done freaked up. All right.
It's enough of that nonsense. All right, here we go.
There's been an awakening.
Who awoke? I woke up.
You felt it.
Woke up this morning. I felt all of it. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get ready to record. We're recording right now.
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Holy shit.
So you see 3P in his face and Stevie Wonder.
Hello there.
It's Mick Jagger and Stevie Wonder.
Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good afternoon, Galaxy, because we're recording in the afternoon for the first time ever.
Yeah,
Rogue Squadron Podcast. I am Mopar.
I'm Commander Cody.
Thank you guys
Having
for
fun with that
tuning.
fidget spinner over there?
You know, I hate these, but I don't want one, but I'm gonna
I'm
play
very
with
intrigued by it.
it. They're simple. Yeah, different. Simple. Yellow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode. Is this 110?
It is 110, yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Good job.
110 episodes later.
Yeah.
And
Wait. I gotta fix this.
Oh, we already fucked up. Start over.
Don't worry. It's fine. I thought I had the noise canceling on so that you don't sound like an echo chamber. Try now. Talk.
Talk. Welcome to
There
the
we go.
podcast.
That's better. All right. That's fine.
All right.
All right. Now we're going. Hang on.
110.
It is 110, yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Good job.
110 episodes later.
Yeah.
And,
Pissed.
and only 2 beers later. Wow.
Yeah, this is like the earliest episode we've ever done.
I've always thought we should do like a crazy long episode one night, like a Friday night. Get hammered and wake up the
Obviously.
next morning hungover and try to do an episode.
Yeah. Breakfast episode.
Beer, pancakes, and brews.
Because it's so early, and I had breakfast like right before, well, brunch, like a late fucking brunch wrist. I got this oatmeal stout.
Mm-hmm.
I have these memories of we went to a beer tasting, pumpkins and stouts and oatmeals and porters and everything, and then we had this perfect stout that we had the next morning, like early. Like we woke up at like 9 o'clock to play some Battlefield and like immediately cracked open these stouts. So I just felt like it was a good fit for the morning,
Sunday morning stout.
and I
It
grabbed
says
it.
mushrooms? Oh, pairings. Mushrooms, beef, soft ripened cheeses.
Thank God there's no
Chocolate.
mushrooms in the beer.
Oats bring a creaminess and soft mouthfeel to rich, roasty malt character.
Yeah.
5.8% by volume. It is The Poet by New Holland Brewing. New Holland's out of Michigan.
It is.
I actually was I was out that way, very close, and I didn't have any extra time, so I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to stop by New Holland, but they do a lot of good stuff.
We were up there for 4th of July, but I didn't get anything from Bell's or New Holland because those are some of the bigger ones. I had a bunch of smaller craft beers and stuff, just like what we have here in Columbus. Really good stuff, though. Roke was a very good one. R-O-A-K. Some good shit, isn't it?
Got to pop it open with the church key here.
The church key? Where'd you get that from?
You know, I told my dad I was going to use that forever and ever now. That's what bottle openers used to be called. It's a church key.
Really?
Yeah. And this was specifically those ones that are double-ended. Like
Yeah.
it's got the flat end and then the spiked end.
Yeah, but what's
It's just
what's
a cult-
the etymology?
It's just that's what you want to look as good as you can get. And if you're drinking on a Sunday, you want to ask for the church key instead of
yes.
hey, I'm getting hammered on Sunday. So
Sounds like, yeah, like you're trying to be proper about it. My good man, we had the church key.
I'm going to church. Sorry, I'm pouring this out. Ooh, it's like
Don't apologize.
milky. I can't
Yeah,
get
it's
ahead.
really... Yeah, it was hard to get ahead on this one
I don't mind
because it's not very physical. I just made that word up and I'm using it
Oh,
from
it's
now
starting
on.
to.
It's very dark.
It kind of looks like a Guinness, actually, and it's proper that I'm drinking out of a Guinness glass. Okay.
Smells like you would expect a stout to smell.
So what's going on with... so it's an oatmeal stout. It
5.8% alcohol.
roasty, smooth, creamy, and it's got the The Raven? Is this supposed to be based off of
I would assume it's got some Edgar Allan Poe goodness going on there.
Edgar Allan Poe, the poet, and it's got a
Allan
raven
Poet.
on the front.
Yeah. It doesn't. We don't have an actual poem on it like most beers do.
It's very Halloweeny though, because it's got a little bit of purple and orange, so it's almost festive. But we're not getting there yet.
So I was craving a stout / porter, and there weren't many to choose from because obviously it's August right now, so it's like not a typical thing. But it is cloudy as hell. It's like 60 out.
It's perfect.
It's a good day for it. So
it's perfect. So we're gonna cheers and beers, and all the rest. Ooh, I already have to go on a rant, dude. This is delicious.
it's really good. Very creamy.
It's going to be a half plug and a half shout out to ourselves. I listened to our Rogue One commentary while I was on the road.
Yeah.
Because
you did listen to it on the road? You didn't even watch it with a movie?
No. I was in a hotel and I watched it.
Gotcha.
And it was some of the stuff, like even. Well, I said this last episode. How many pauses?
About it.
I said this last episode. Like as we record the episode, I'm not always listening to what you're saying because
right.
you know, both of us are planning ahead and trying to keep shit together. And
we're trying to crack jokes and shit.
And I don't even when I start listening to you, I forget what I say and react to you, and I was dying.
You have to rewind back to listen to everything.
One of the things was right at the end of the movie where Jin took that cartridge out and she's climbing up the tower and she puts it in the thing and it accepts it. I'm like, what did I say? Contra never works on the first try. You got to blow on that shit. And I was dying on my own joke. I was like, because I wasn't ready for it. I was just dying because it fits so well. She just put the cartridge in and it closed up.
It looked a goddamn 1980s
that's like,
video games.
You got to blow on that first. Contra never works on the first try.
Kim Pop and Jones.
Well,
thanks for being with us. Thanks
welcome.
for popping in. Jones says used to have a Three Stooges bottle opener.
Yeah,
that sounds like something that would be at your dad's basement.
Jeff Melton has one.
He does?
I got one.
Yeah.
And it says knock 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 like as you open it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
How about a beer? Yeah, awesome.
I've never heard that term church key in my lifetime.
I
must be like a 70s thing or something.
I said that the other day to Tommy Boy, and he's like, "Yeah, church key." I was like, "I've never heard that in my life."
I'd never heard it before.
So
that's not a real thing.
From now on, a beer opener or a bottle opener is a church key. So
temple key, Jedi temple key.
So let's rate this beer, which is delicious.
Man, it's really good. Yeah,
I really started coming around to these types of beers, the heavier, darker ones. Mm-hmm. It's just you have to wrap your mind around what it's going to taste like first.
Yeah.
And I think even more difficult is the IPAs, because on a general sense, people like beer, and then IPAs are way in the fucking back corner tasting like bitter dust over here.
But they are the most popular right now.
If you... But you have to be prepared for the bitterness. If you're just expecting a refreshing beer and you just swallow it, it's just you can't do that.
No, not at all.
By the way, I'm Matt. If y'all forgot, God, I sound American. Y'all.
And your name's
Shut
Matt.
it down, Jones. I ain't had enough.
Why is your thing Jones if your name's Matt?
Why is your Madra?
Commander Cody. It's me.
Mama Jones.
Your Madra, what?
Mama Jones.
Oh, that's my brother said that when he was 4, and we just kept saying it. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Back to the beer. We always go on a fucking tangent.
Tangents are the best. So when I started drinking, the first craft beers that I had, besides, we were stuck in the Miller and the Keystone and the bullshit, I started with stouts and porters. That's all I wanted to drink as far as richer craft beer went. So the Edmund Fitzgerald from Great Lakes I had all the time. There was a few from Goose Island before I hated Goose Island that I had that was winter warmers and stuff like that. So that's how I started, and I've gone away in the other direction. And I haven't had stouts and porters frequently at all recently.
Yeah. I don't know what I've had to get over. But I don't think this tastes too much like coffee at all. No. It's just more of a thick... It's a cool, refreshing drink.
It does have the carbonation. Some of these can taste like there's no carbonation at all, and then it's just
it's almost
liquid.
Like pop syrup.
There's no fit. Yeah, pop syrup. Yeah, there's no fizz.
The bubs.
Yeah.
There's a taste profile in here that I don't want to call it chocolatey, but let me see what here.
Roasty malt.
Is it the roast?
Yeah, I feel like back when we were at the actual brewing company, we had those like really dark roasted malts. Like when we actually tried the malt itself in our hand. This is kind of what it reminds me of.
This is also very easy to drink. It does have like a... It's almost like a... It has to be the roasted malt, but it's like a burnt toast at the end. It's kind of... It's not even in a bad way. It's just kind of... Because a lot of these, you drink it and it stays in the back of your mouth for the whole time. This kind of like fizzes away. Maybe it's because of the carbonation in it that makes it a little more drinkable.
Yeah.
I just, a lot of like chocolate or the real heavy stouts stay with you. Even
Right.
at like a half hour after, you're just like...
Yeah. Like the really bitter IPAs or like the really high alcohol IPAs and stuff. Anything crazy like that. Yeah, it's like the burnt... It's like when you get the toast just on that borderline of burnt and
Super
like
crispy.
perfectly toasted, crispy. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it's sitting.
But I'm still staying with the word burnt because it does kind of taste burnt at the end.
Burnt oatmeal stout.
Dude, one of the greatest things ever created, extra toasty Cheez-Its. Have you had those?
I haven't
Holy
had
shit.
Cheez-Its in like years.
I mean, I love Cheez-Its, but I haven't had them in a long time. And I saw they were on the shelves all over fucking Giant Eagle, and it said extra toasty. I'm like, so it's the same thing? They're just cooked longer? Yep. And they're just, oh my God.
Even better, yeah.
They're so good. It's so
no
delicious.
to everything, just like cook shit longer, please.
I am always, except for meat, for the most part, I like everything well done. Like if I'm cooking a pizza, I leave it in a couple extra minutes.
Yeah, I like well done. most of the time.
If I'm getting a sub from Subway, they put it in a dirty microwave. I asked them to double cook it.
You mean the toaster?
Yeah.
Micro toaster.
I asked them to cook it twice as long, just so it like really crispens up. I don't know what it is. I just like it done. Well done. Crispens.
Get you the Crispins.
What are you gonna rate this?
Yeah. I feel like I've been off my stout porter game, so I don't know how to compare it with a bunch of other stouts and porters. Maybe I just love it because I haven't had a dark beer in a long time.
I'm gonna lean towards something. You know what this tastes like is burnt popcorn, and it's almost. I'm trying to say
I haven't had burnt popcorn in a long time.
in the best way possible because I do like it.
That's not a good comparison because burnt popcorn is one of the worst flavors of the world.
That's what it tastes like on the back of my tongue right now, though.
But it's not bad. I stick with the burnt toast.
Do you guys like the sound?
I'm okay.
Ew.
I'm okay with the burnt toast.
Everyone listening just threw up in their mouth.
I hate it too. I like people chewing next to me. If I have to have music on in the background or a show,
Yeah.
because like people chewing it makes me want to go on a fucking rampage.
Nicole Serrano, who's tuning in on YouTube, says, burnt toast. I actually kind of feel like that. If I
Yeah.
get a good, nice burnt piece of toast and put some apple butter on it, done. Sign me up.
Or peanut butter, or just fucking butter.
Yeah.
Salted butter.
All the butts. I'm actually going to go
With a 2.
with a 3.
Really?
And the only reason...
way.
And what I'm going to say is...
No. Mopar gave a dark beer a 3. I don't believe it.
It's very drinkable. I like the burnt toasty roasties. It's
Oh, I gotta
burnt
take myself
toasty
the
roasties.
episode
Burnt
number.
toasty roasties.
If you weren't aware, that's how we come up with our episode titles.
Yeah,
Just whatever fucking dumb thing we said.
but it's well, this is one of the most drinkable darker beers that I've had, and it's not coffee flavored.
That's true.
So and I don't hate coffee flavor, but it just I feel like it for the most part for me takes away from the flavor. I feel like I'm drinking coffee now instead of beer, and it's just I don't think it mixes well in my taste palette. But since this isn't coffee flavored, I like the big toasty roasties, and it's very drinkable. It doesn't have anything bad. There's nothing bad about it.
I agree. Yeah. I was gonna go a 2 because I'm not like overly amazed at what I'm drinking right now. It's solid. It's good. It's not. There's nothing really bad about it. But I'm not like holy shit.
Yeah, I am.
Really?
I can't.
I can't fucking believe that you just gave a dark beer a 3. It's blowing everything I thought I knew out of the water. The one time that I tried, we had that Claymore Scotch Ale.
I don't like the hard liquors either. There's no hard liquor in here either.
That's true, but I thought that was one of the most delicious beers ever, and you were like, I'm gonna die.
It burns my esophagus.
You're trying to give it a 0.
I should still.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't know if I can go with 3 on this.
I'm more focused on the drinkability of it, and it doesn't leave a bad flavor in your mouth. We might have to split it because I want to give it a 2, but because of the drinkability and the fact that I don't like dark beers, I have to bump it up.
All right, I'll keep thinking on it. I'm gonna withhold my rating for a few more minutes. And we'll think about it as we go.
It's not too heavy in alcohol either.
No, it's
6% is a decent 5.8, 6%. Always round up.
5.8, 6%. Always round sideways. We had a question on Twitter from Biff Sticks.
Okay.
He said, "Who's better, Jabba the Hutt or Pizza the Hutt?"
Well, Pizza the Hut right out of the oven.
Yeah, well done, like you said.
Well done.
But that pan crust is hard to pass up.
Yeah.
Plus, when you're dealing with Jabba, you have that stupid salacious crumb guy sitting on his shoulder all the time, just annoying the shit out of everybody, which you don't want to fuck around with. Definitely Pizza the Hut.
Or Pizza is gonna order out for you or take out. I fucked it all up.
I don't remember Spaceballs at all. I hate that. So we are quoters, if anyone knows us. Like the majority of our jokes are just quotes from stuff we've said or stuff from movies. I'm embarrassed that I have to watch certain movies a few times before I can even remember anything. Like, I don't know the details of Spaceballs at all, and I've seen it like 3 or 4 times.
I remember.
Like, I know Pizza the Hut's there. I remember the buttons out of order. It's out of order. Fuck. It's
out of order. Fuck.
But no, like nothing else. I can't
Really?
bring it to my mind. Whereas Superbad, I could probably quote the whole thing.
Well, Jesus.
Or movies like Out Cold, which aren't even that great, but I just love for some reason because I watched it a million times.
I know Spaceballs quite well. I could probably go scene to scene 3/4 of the way through the movie. I always like shut it off somewhat near the end.
Yeah. What up, Bradley?
Sup,
We drunk in the middle of the day. No complaints.
Let's drink about it.
We had a good fucking session of Battlefield on Wednesday.
So let's talk about some topics here. Now
Well,
we'll jump
talk
into
about
Battlefield.
Battlefield. Come on.
Battlefield's part of the topics, though.
We might as well just be Battlefield Squad Pod.
So
I don't even want to talk about Star Wars.
Game of Thrones. We're coming up to episode 4 tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
I have unfortunately only caught 2 of them, so I got some catching up to do. Inferno Squad. I have purchased the audiobook. I'm about halfway through. Commander has the physical book. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Do I think it's a fucking phenomenal book? No. But I do like, and I'm so happy to say, the rebels are called terrorists.
Yes.
They refer to them as terrorists. We win! We won!
You know, we get a lot of shit because we're called Rogue Squadron and because Danny Beck drew that badass picture of us in rebel gear. Mm-hmm. But we kind of hate the rebels sometimes.
Yeah.
We're infiltrating the rebellion. We're Imperial spies. So we tend to root for the bad guys because the rebels seem to do no wrong. Mm-hmm. They never get shot. Nothing bad happens to them for the most part. So it's fun to see the story from the Empire's point of view.
Yes, and a Rogue One, we kind of saw a little bit of the dirtiness that the rebels get into, which was
cool.
which was refreshing.
Yeah, for sure.
This will show a lot more.
Yeah.
What this book is based off of is a special unit squad called Inferno Squad. There's 4 people involved in it, but they're going after Saw Gerrera's defectors. And there's a specific group called the Dreamers, and they're so dedicated to Saul that they carry on like his legacy beyond his death.
I haven't gotten that far.
So they're trying to. This
sweet.
Inferno Squad's trying to infiltrate the Dreamers.
Nice.
So they all go undercover, and I'm not going to spoil anything beyond that, but they start talking to these the Dreamers. There's some badass fucks in these Dreamers.
That's pretty cool.
These guys aren't like directly even involved with the rebellion.
Right.
Like these guys are.
Well, yeah, you even saw that in Rogue One. Saul was off in his own world, causing problems for the rebellion.
Yes.
Because he was being an extremist, and now people have the bad view of the rebellion. My Mothma was like,
Lies!
man, that fucking...
Girl!
He even said girl. We joked on Rogue One. Since we saw it in theaters, we've said in Saw Gerrera's voice, girl! He never says that in the entire fucking
Not
movie.
once.
I don't know where we got that from. Girl! We just kept saying it over and over again. Inferno Squad, my first impression is it's a cool story. I don't think it's the most well-written thing.
Yeah,
There's some really weird, like, I don't know, some of the dialogue is kind of like hokey, and the way things are like phrased and like laid out just aren't like the best, but the subject matter is still good. So it's still worth reading for sure.
It's a good plot line.
Yeah.
To go basically have a special unit that goes undercover
Yeah.
and does shit
Yeah.
is cool. And I'm not even that far into it, so I might be spoiling shit for myself, but you can kind of feel part of the Inferno Squad members starting to get pulled towards like believing in what the Dreamers believe in.
Really?
Because they start like telling them their story, and this is why we're doing it, and blah blah blah, and then like on the side they're having a good time and dancing and like doing normal people stuff,
Right.
and then these people are like, well, I was just like beat as a child, and now I'm in an Imperial, so that's all I've known.
Right.
And then these people are over here like having a good time, but also fighting for their lives.
Right.
So you can kind of feel like the struggle.
It's cool regardless, like both ways, just to get some of this more behind the scenes stuff. Like, what are the people... We know the cause of the rebellion and of the Empire, but like, what are the people inside those forces like actually feeling and thinking?
Yeah. And I don't want to spoil too much.
Don't spoil it.
What's her name?
Iden Versio.
Iden was just a quick backstory on the main character. Iden was a TIE fighter pilot on the first Death Star and was one of the the very few survivors of the first Death Star. So
Yep.
she was
That's
in
how
the
the book
trench.
starts.
She actually kills. I'm sure we can sync it up. She probably kills 3 or 4 people, 2 Y-wings, 2 X-wings.
Yeah.
Before the Death Star explodes, and somehow she was like a Vader thing where it explodes, but they're floating away.
Well, she noticed a few Y-wings going back towards Yavin, and she was like, "Where are these fuckers trying to go?" And she started chasing them down, and then the Death Star blew up and knocked one of the wings off or something like that, and then she crashed into the moon of Yavin, infiltrated the rebel base on Yavin, grabbed a ship, and then fled. Got out of there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty badass if you can just imagine one lone Imperial soldier sneaking in there and getting an X-wing or something.
Yeah. So she's a very talented, awesome character, and she's very hard-headed. And her father's the leader of the squad. So
Leader
it's
of the Beatles.
There's kind of some tension there too. So it's cool seeing these 4 characters come together because they all have their unique talents.
Yeah.
She's a pilot and a soldier. There's a chemist, engineering guy, and then there's a communications genius girl, and there's just they all come together and
Perfect mix of things.
It is kind of the perfect squad.
The book comes with this awesome poster that you can pull out and hang up.
There is a saying on the
pretty
back.
cool.
It says, "The rebellion has hope. The Empire has Inferno Squad."
Going in, fucking people up.
Right,
and as
all
we've
my-
seen from the info from this is obviously it's titled Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad. It's leading up to the game, and what we've seen from the game is the campaign is going to cover this storyline, and it's going to go from what are you shaking your head about?
It's going from the second Death Star. I watched that today. I watched a cutscene. It's Iden on
So
Endor.
not the same storyline. That's not what I meant to say. It's covering
The same.
Iden's story. Yes.
So
she's the main character.
She lives quite a long time because she was there for the first Death Star blowing up, and then the Battlefront 2 scenes show her on Endor during the second one.
And then they
blowing
see
up.
it, yeah.
So
And then there's a shot in one of those trailers too of her facing Luke. You have a close up on Luke and he looks pissed, and Iden's in the background.
She's gonna die perfectly.
Or maybe it's an alternate timeline and she kills Luke and then the Empire wins.
Well, and it kind of sucks because it kind of lets me know that everyone's gonna be fine. Well, at least she's gonna be fine out of this. And nothing's gonna happen to her because she's
Up
gotta
until
live through
episode 6, but then we don't know what's going to happen in the game.
Right.
But now we're going to have some
between-
info on these characters when we play the game, which will be cool.
Right. Between this and the game, we know she's gonna be fine.
For sure, yeah.
So, all right.
But it's like I said, my consensus of it right now is it's a great storyline, great characters, not the most well-written thing in the world.
Now I have, like I said, I have the audiobook, and it's done quite well.
The Star Wars ones usually are.
Yeah.
Sound effects and...
Well, this is the first one I've had a girl narrator, so she does. I mean, she does everything.
Which makes
just
sense because the main character.
Yeah, yeah. So it was just kind of weird at first.
Getting used to it?
Yeah. Because I'm used to guys doing girl voices.
Right.
Oh, I got to do this.
The goofiest one, the only audiobooks I've actually listened to is Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. I don't know if it's the same guy, but it is kind of an older English dude, and him doing voices for Hermione and stuff is so silly in the fucking Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Deception.
But it's cool. It's a good book. You should, if you don't read the entire thing, you should go to Star Wars Explained or Stupendous Wave and get a whole, plot summary of the book and stuff before Battlefront comes out.
So, running off of that, I finally broke down and became a member of Audible, their monthly subscription thing.
This episode brought to you by
Fucking around. I I couldn't get past that. I had to pay. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Pay
Because
to pay?
it's like $15 a month,
right.
And you get one free
Audiobook.
But beyond that, you still have to pay. I wish it was like just pay $20 a month, get unlimited audiobooks.
Audiobooks are too expensive. For
I
that.
know, but I kept reasoning myself around it. I'm just like, still $15 for an audiobook a month is still like $10, $15
for at least
cheaper.
one. Yeah, for sure.
And if I want something on top of it, everything's 30% off.
There you go.
So even if I keep buying, but it's still kind of shitty because, you pay to pay.
Right.
So it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, audiobooks is one of those things that still do that. Like podcasts are entirely free. Stuff like Spotify is $10 a month. Listen to whatever.
Yeah.
YouTube's free with ads.
They're saying iBooks. I was buying iBooks.
He's a traitor. He has an Android.
I was buying
Fuck 'em.
iBooks on my my iPhone, which I still have. Well, it's somewhere.
And it's shattered.
It worked well, but it was still costly. It was still like $30. I average about $30 a book.
Right.
So, and there was no way to subscribe. I don't think. Was there
I
a
have
subscription?
No idea. I have no idea.
So many lies.
Yeah,
So
I have no clue.
I'm trying to get outside of Star Wars and try to like read other shit. The other thing we have to fucking talk about, because I think you saw it already, and I saw the reviews for it.
If anyone doesn't know who these people are, it's Roland and the Man in Black from the Dark Tower.
So I was very, very upset because I mistakenly went on Rotten Tomatoes and looked at the rating for it.
Oh, it's got like an 18%.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
Yeah.
Was it that bad?
No, wasn't that bad. Should we talk about it or you want me to wait till you see it? My consensus is it needed to be longer. So it's setting up like this whole new era of like Stephen King awesomeness because we have it coming out and then they're supposed to turn this into a series as well. It was only an hour and a half long.
That's really short.
And I really felt like if they pulled like a Marvel and made it like 2 hours and 20 minutes or 2:15, that it would have covered a lot more ground. I felt that it was way too short. It wasn't the best movie ever made, but it was good. And I don't want to go into too much or spoil it or anything like that. But it really needed to be a lot longer.
18% is atrocious.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to wrap.
Emoji Movie got 0%.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to understand because I did the audiobook for the first one and I got like halfway-ish. Probably
That's
not
it?
even, through the second one.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you gave me the first one originally.
Let's see what it's up to right now. 18%.
Pulling this up here on
But look at the other audience score, which still isn't good. It's
63.
63%, which is a 3.5 star. That's still that's a good movie. It's not great.
So the problem, it's not even necessarily a problem, but it's literally a movie for fans of the Dark Tower, which I don't know what else you expected. Whereas like something like The Force Awakens is obviously a Star Wars movie, but it's not too into the like fandom world where you have to be a fan of Star Wars to get the movie.
So you're saying you had to have read the book to
not necessarily, but it's definitely made for the fans of the Dark Tower.
Yeah, I doubt. I bet 18% of the population that saw it liked it.
Average rating is 4 out of 10. Yeah.
Those guys are two great actors.
Yeah, they were awesome. Both of their characters were good. There's a few lines of dialogue that were a little squirrely, but they're in the like. If anyone's ever read or tried to read like Stephen King's universe, Stephen Kingdom, I heard someone say. I don't know if that's legit or not.
I gotta leave.
Said it,
I gotta
Stephen
go
Kingdom.
home.
It's fucking weird. You have Roland, who's a gunslinger from the Wild West. The Man in Black is a fucking wizard, and you have sci-fi technology, and you're traveling between alternate dimensions of the universe.
So
Like any piece of fiction that's been used is all combined in the Dark Tower.
Is the Man in Black technically a wizard?
Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't get that far into it.
And there was also
Skingdom.
Kingdom. You need to wait until you actually see it. But Travis tagged me in something on Tommy Boy tagged me in something on Facebook that explained all of the references in the Dark Tower and how they relate to all of other Stephen King's books. It's like every single book is in there. It's fucking crazy.
This movie is a puzzle, and only 18% of the people finished the puzzle. So
yeah, or 82% of the people that saw it don't know what the fuck the Dark Tower is.
now the Emoji Movie got 7%. So
I thought it was 0, but
Baby Driver, which I still haven't seen, has got 95.
I keep hearing about that, and there's a new movie, or maybe that is the new movie with Daniel Craig.
No.
That's not it. There's a new one with Daniel Craig and
You saw Valerian,
Adam
didn't you?
Driver. I liked Valerian a lot, man. I liked it a lot.
Well, you like Dark Tower until you got 18.
I just got shitty taste in movies, I guess.
I
The Emoji Movie might be the best one yet.
I'm excited to see Dunkirk too. I like war movies a lot.
I've heard some bad things about Dunkirk, unfortunately.
Really? I've heard
Yeah.
everything good, and it's making the most money. So fuck you.
Because it's Christopher Nolan. How is the Emoji Movie 7% and making the second most off the box office right now?
Because that's who they don't care if they put out a good movie. They just want people to go see it.
Kids.
Children like emojis, right? Well, let's just happy dance through this fucking movie.
Lies. Deception. No, so Dark Tower is definitely worth seeing. So if we were going to beer review rated, I would say for fans of the Dark Tower, it's a 3. And for fans that don't know anything about the Dark Tower, it's probably a 1. You should go see it. It's worth seeing. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it was no Force Awakens. It was no Civil War. It was no Spider-Man. But it was definitely good and worth seeing, and it was entertaining.
The standards, the stakes, everything's so high right now. There's so many good movies coming out.
This has been one of the busiest summers for movies, dude. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Dark Tower, Dunkirk, War for the Planet of the Apes. There's been a lot of shit going on. Wonder Woman's still at the top of the box office. It's been out for like 2 months. There's just been a lot of stuff coming out this summer. What are you talking about?
What?
What?
I can't wait for the audio people to be listening. I didn't even say anything. Like, what are you talking about? What happened? Okay.
Go see Dark Tower, and then let's talk about it.
Padilla says Dunkirk was amazing.
I'm sure it's good. I've heard bad things about it. Probably about half of what I've heard from it has been bad. Valerian was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Fans of Mass Effect should go see that shit immediately.
Immediately.
It was one of the few sci-fi movies where the diversity of the alien species was so outrageous. Like, I don't know how much time they spent just making sure that they had so many different alien species. Mm-hmm. And they weren't all just humanoids with, like, blue skin. What?
I wanted to go back to Inferno
You need
Squad.
another beer. Yeah. You tried to make some segue from Inferno Squad to Dark Tower, and I don't know where you were doing.
It doesn't matter. There was a species that was part of the Rebels that was that little bat guy.
Bat guy?
Yeah. I can't think of it was like Uma Guma or something.
Wooba Gooba with the green tea?
Search.
Let's find something.
Yeah, Google Star Wars bat.
Was he? You said he was in Rogue One?
No. Inferno Squad book.
Oh, I thought you said it was a species from Rogue One.
No. He Inferno Squad.
Inferno Squad characters. Should we do that?
Maybe.
We'll see what happens. Don't put videos on my friggin' page, man. Just trying to look stuff up.
This isn't even going to give you a list, is it? No.
Do you know the name of the... Why is there a cat? Do you know the name of the character?
Just search Star Wars bat.
Star Wars bat.
Yeah, just creature. Species. Chadrafan. So these little guys.
These little things. Yeah, I've seen these before.
So he's like the engineer of the Rebels, but he's a cool little character, man, and I like because I feel like the Imperials are racist or speciesist.
Oh yeah,
because it's all humans. Damn, I'd bang it.
Great.
I gotta go, guys.
That bestiality.
We took a turn for the worse.
You're talking about the camera lens here.
So Uma Guma species. What is this? Chadrafan. He's a Chadrafan. I just like it because it's weird, it's quirky, but they fit it in, and he's an engineer, and it's just like I like that stuff that they're bringing in. And then we got that Snow Baka guy from Rogue One.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like cool things that they're like introducing.
But my issue with it is it's still
a bat with a body,
a human with a bat face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So I get it. I mean, but it's cool, and I just wish there was more variety in some of the stuff that we saw, and that was one of my favorite things about Valerian.
I thought I saw Battlefront 2. Yeah, Inferno Squad.
Yep. He's in a picture of A New Hope. Wait, Star Wars: New Hope, first appearance. Yeah.
Yeah,
he must have been in the canteen or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because he's like picking up a beer or something, sipping on it.
Cool. Is that what you were going to go back
That's
to
all I
Inferno
wanted
Squad to say?
I was trying to think of Chadrafan. That's the species, so.
Bat people.
Bat.
So you're not
Character.
caught up on Game of Thrones.
No.
Fucking failure, man.
I don't have HBO.
Oh, that's true.
I don't have HBO right now, so.
Just log into someone else's.
No one has HBO.
I have to watch them later. Raleigh says he remembers those in the Pazak something from KOTOR. Maybe that's what I remember it from. Because I know I've seen that little dude before. Little bat guy.
I guarantee you it was episode 4, because he's reaching up on top of the thing to grab his drink.
But it could have also been in KOTOR.
He's not in KOTOR. Riley's hammered.
Remember when he was talking about giving Karth the Force and you lied and you thought he was lying, deception? But he was right.
You can't teach him the Force in KOTOR
Riley,
1.
talk shit right now to Mopar.
Did you look it up?
He messaged us afterwards and he's like, yeah, I taught the Force to Karth and someone else.
That's a lie. It's a KOTOR 2. Karth's not in it. Adam.
Lie, deception.
Lie, deception. Deception.com.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, you need to catch up. Last episode was not my favorite. I'll just say that.
Episode
Episode
3.
3 was not my favorite.
What happened
I also
in
was
episode
like
2?
half drunk and it was midnight, so maybe I need to watch it again. I watched it again before tonight.
Episode 2. I forget what. Oh, Theon jumps and. Yeah, episode 2 was kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's a huge backstab to. Not
Yeah,
backstab,
we're
but
spoilers right now, obviously, for
this
Game of
is-
Thrones.
Yeah, for episode
Spoiler
2.
City, episode 2, Game of Thrones. Yeah.
That's
so
a huge
Theon's
blow.
entire build up to a redemption story that we thought was going to happen is over. Their ship got attacked by Euron Greyjoy, who is a fucking badass now. I've been waiting for that because he popped in when they were still at the Iron Islands and he just talked shit, but he didn't do anything. And I was like, when are we going to see this guy in action? So he stepped up. That was cool. And then Asha was captured. Not Asha. They call her Yara in the show. Was captured. And then Theon was like, shit. And then he just jumped in the water off the boat.
But Khaleesi's like whole fleet. Like that's half of her. Like you have.
The Greyjoy fleet, yeah, that was pretty much majority of her ships, yeah.
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 fuck
And
you
the
gonna
rest
do?
went to, oh, well, yeah.
King's Land? No.
They're on their way to Casterly Rock.
Yeah.
Which happens in episode 3, so you'll see that.
Dick Dastardly Rock.
Jesus. So we'll talk more detail about Thrones next episode, but Vader stuff? I don't know, man. I'm trying not to be like a fucking hater of the new canon.
Didn't he kill that?
I don't know,
Didn't he kill that Jedi?
I haven't gotten that far.
Oh.
I read the first 3 of the new Vader comic series.
Well, it might be a spoiler, but he obviously doesn't die, so.
Yeah, I mean, Vader doesn't die. But basically, so the new Vader series, it picks up literally at the end of episode 3. Like, Vader's still in that fucking medical chair assembly thing from the end once he gets his suit on. So Palpatine's taunting him. They're talking shit. Vader tries to, I think he tries to grab his lightsaber. He tries to move at him. And Palpatine just shocks the shit out of him. He's like, we're friends, but you better not do that again. I'll kill you. Yeah, look at that. Look at that image of Palpatine shocking the shit out of Vader.
You're
That's
just
awesome.
you're trying to get used to your goddamn iron legs, and yeah, you don't mess with him.
Yeah.
So I do have a question
Yeah.
based off of Force Lightning.
Sure. I might not be
That's-
the right person to ask about this. but
That's
I'll
a
answer it anyway.
huge. To me, that's a huge stretch just to do Force Lightning
Mm-hmm.
to make an environmental or an elemental thing happen and use it as an attack.
Yeah.
Is it such a stretch that Force Fireball could work? Because lightning doesn't really even make sense in itself. Where's that energy coming from? You're just.
I guess we have
taking-
electricity in our bodies a little bit, right?
That doesn't mean anything. I don't know.
It means a little bit. That's what's in lightning is electricity.
Vader's made of electricity. He can't do it.
It's made of hate and rage.
I just don't.
I don't know.
I don't think that's that much of a stretch. But I know fans would fucking freak if someone did a
In a
Sith,
good way or a bad
like
way?
a Sith
Fireball.
firestorm or something crazy.
I don't know, man.
Because there's such things as Sith sorcery. So I feel like I can create a human, or I can start a campfire. Everything in between is available.
Well, that's
And
where
I
they
feel
need to fucking have a Bane thing.
Well, and I feel like people were able to jump on the lightning so quickly because it was flashing cool at the time for episode 6. But I don't think I think we're so close-minded on that's the only thing that Sith can do.
Yeah.
You can go thousands of years in either direction. I feel like there's other stuff that could happen.
Yeah, that's true as well. I don't
Like
know.
Sith sorcery, you think like I could probably mind control fuck this guy and like use him to do something. I feel like that's in the realm of the Force.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a big part of it.
Fireball or I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like other Force powers that we could potentially see on screen. We saw stasis. I'm gonna think you stop. Yeah, you're stopped. Okay, next.
Yeah.
Like there's so much potential there that
Maybe Kylo's going to throw fireballs in episode 8.
I'm completely fine with it. I'm completely fine
Calling
with
it now. Prediction.
Just think
It's
about
happening.
this though. Just think about this. Even in X-Men, the fire guy, he at least had to like get a spark and get a flame, and then he would make it grow.
Right.
I feel like a Sith could do the same thing. If there's lava over here, pick the fucking lava up, make it blow up, and throw it at
I
someone's
guess
face.
you could pick the lava up. That makes more sense. Yeah.
I feel like
Because you can control
it.
stuff that's already in the environment. Yeah. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool to
There's
see.
so
though.
much potential, and I know. Okay, that's
Jesus, man.
Sidious.
He's pissed. So this is basically retelling the story of... It's like replacing the story of this book, pretty much. Which is kind of saddening because this is Mopar's favorite, besides Bane, favorite Star Wars book ever.
It's cool because you see the struggle of Vader at the same time. You see him like overcome that and become the fucking devil. And that's,
Yeah.
that's the exact thing that needed to happen between 3 and 4.
It is, and I was a little upset at first because he has almost no struggles at all. Because the first thing he has to do is go... So the whole... It starts off with Palpatine says you need to... He explains why lightsabers are red when they're red, which is because you steal a lightsaber from a Jedi and you corrupt the crystal and it turns red. It bleeds. Which is
Okay.
kind of... It's interesting, but whatever. And then he sends Vader on a mission to go get his lightsaber.
What about Anakin when he became Darth Vader, but he still had a fucking blue lightsaber?
That was
What
only like
about-
a day of him having it. I don't know.
Didn't bleed enough? Cauterized the wound?
He didn't murder enough kids before it turned red. I don't know.
I don't like that at all because I feel like
It's kind of silly, yeah.
I feel like there's other plot holes that... Are there no other Sith or bad guys that use anything outside of red? I guess not. Revan.
I don't know.
Revan used purple.
That's not canon.
He's not canon anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hell.
And then the second issue, Vader goes to... There's a big group of clones that have this outpost, and they have salvaged everything from like the Jedi Temple. So they have a bunch of Jedi artifacts, a shit ton of lightsabers and things like that. So Vader goes there, murders a bunch of clones, gets a lightsaber, fucks around. No, he doesn't get the lightsaber then. But he's killing people like crazy. And then he goes and finds this fucking samurai Jedi guy. Here's on the cover right here. The thing that just pisses me off is when they just throw some randomly new character in there who's so strong just because they need a plot device for Vader to fight against. Like this new guy that we've
It
never
almost
heard
looks
about.
Like he's summoning fire right there.
Yeah, it does.
I'm okay with it because you can't use an existing person. So you
I
have to
suppose.
have someone. And it makes sense because he kind of like left the Jedi Order waiting on one thing, like a confrontation or an event,
Yeah.
and it was Vader. So he's been planning this his whole fucking elder career.
Yeah, he does. He says one line about like he disgraced the Jedi and he decided to go in exile for some reason. And then Vader lands and he senses it something about him. And then when Vader gets closer, well, Vader turns into Moses. Also, he parts the fucking Red Sea over here too. Just so that one's fun. But he senses something about Vader. Because he knows, he could feel, obviously, that all the Jedi died in Order 66. And then Vader lands and he feels that same energy around him. It's like, oh, shit. All those Jedi died. You're the one that did it, aren't you? And the thing that really bugged me was he's on top of, like, a mountain, and Vader lands, and he's like, all right, come face me. Now you have to come up out this mountain and go through all these trials. Like, there's traps here, and, like, there's a bunch of eagles that are attacking Vader, and he has to, like, fight them off, and... I don't know. It just got a little gimmicky. I feel like Vader would just float up to the top and stab him in the face. It was just weird because Vader had zero problems with anyone at all, and then all of a sudden he gets to that Jedi, which I get. I mean, even crippled Vader against clone troopers, you can't really do anything. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a grumpy fuck about it.
There's a big leap from just newly suited Vader to Episode 4. And he really is never challenged during the original trilogy, ever. He faces crumpled Obi-Wan, who gives up and halfway through the fight.
He crumpled.
And then Luke, who's hardly a Jedi at all.
He's not a Jedi.
He does a backflip in Episode 6, and Vader's just like, wow, I didn't know I can't do that anymore.
Stupid robot legs.
Yeah.
So
Outside of that, Vader's never really challenged. So I'm okay with like a strong
Yeah,
Jedi.
I'm like half and half about it. I want to finish it before I make any true judgments. But yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
Them
the
rewriting stuff that already came out is just
the second Terminator is not the best.
fuck you, dude. It's the best one.
I watched half
You're
of
out
it
of
the other
control.
day. I don't get the whole liquid metal. I don't get it. Like, okay, you shoot him. Wow.
He's a sci-fi. What are you talking about? It's like sci-fi. He's like
I can't do it.
You're out of control, dude. That's the best part. Dude, it is by far the best Terminator movie.
It's the most exciting, but I don't think it's the best.
Oh, it's by far the best.
More shit happens in it, and it's continually entertaining. But it's just like, okay, Liquid Bot is coming out, and you can't kill him.
I like that young John Connor is in the mix. I feel like it tells more of a story than the first one. Like, oh, this guy's trying to kill this waitress.
The first one, man, it's almost more creepy. I like the first one because it's almost scary.
It is creepy. Yeah.
It's scary and it's kind of creepy. The second one's just like, it went in a completely other direction, which is fine, but there's a lot more action. And it does move like a plot along into a larger universe, because then you start thinking about time traveling Terminators, and this one's good. And you're like, okay, how does this work in?
Yeah.
So it does expand it quite a bit.
Sure.
But the physical movie, okay.
I don't know. Not only do I think it's the best one, it was such a testament to filmmaking at that time, 91 or 92.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it was an incredible movie for back
I just
then.
don't understand how he didn't kill everybody. You shoot me, I live. You shoot me, I live. I'm just going to cut everybody's heads up. That's...
What? That's the whole point.
I'm just saying Liquid Terminator should have easily annihilated T-100.
He did most of the movie.
But yet T-100 lives.
I think that's the one thing that I love about, not the first one obviously, but all the rest of them when Arnold's like the actual good guy, is that he's always the underdog and he's always getting the complete shit beat out of him until the end, and he's like, oh wait, now we're by lava, I gotta melt you in this shit. And then he figures it out at the end. I think it's cool that like he's always getting his ass kicked. That's what the rebels need to do in Star Wars.
Did you hear that?
They need to just be like down, fuck, everything sucks. Oh, we got these plans, like Rogue One.
Did you hear that, and I could be lying, I'm pretty sure it was Sylvester Stallone.
I could be making everything up, but I'm going to go ahead and say it.
I'm pretty sure Sylvester Stallone was offered the job of Terminator.
That would make sense. I could see that.
And he turned it down for whatever reason. He didn't want to be a bad guy, or he thought it would...
Bad guy.
Something like that. Bad guy. He wanted to do it. So...
I can see that. I mean, those guys were kind of on the same path back then with like Predator and shit like that. Rambo, Rocky, and all that fun stuff.
I can't.
Rumble.
That's the other thing. In fucking Rambo, Blood.
I haven't seen any of them.
Blood Second. He takes a fucking
Blood Second.
he takes a fucking chop route with a rock. I'm not even kidding. He picks up and just
boom. It's like cheer it.
And he just stares at it like.
It's like cheer it.
Bring it. He was like Mopar with a straw, except it was a rock. Picked up a pebble, took out a helicopter.
You could do that in Battlefield. Just grab a rock off the ground and chuck it.
It's not too far. They got fucking bows and arrows now. I had enough of that shit too.
That's true. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man, I can't wait for Battlefront 2.
I was watching some gameplay, Ray gameplay, Battlefront 2.
I cannot fucking wait, dude.
What
up, Greg?
The way she uses her... Hey, what's up, Greg? The way she uses her lightsaber, it's different. I don't want to say it's bad, because
it should be different.
It's just very awkward, and like it's like step-by-step attacks. It's almost like a fluid Vader. Vader's so cut in half, and she kind of like swing, pokes. It's like a ballet.
Well, she doesn't know what he's doing quite yet.
I know, but no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's unique. And
of course.
The way they portray her and her lightsaber attacks in Battlefront 2 that I've seen so far have been very unique. It's almost awkward, but it makes sense awkward.
She also throws in like some actual physical stuff, like kicks and punches and stuff, which makes sense for her.
And I also did see like prods or stabs, like almost fencing. So she like went into an attack shooting forward, so it was pretty cool. You're balls deep in Kerner.
We are balls deep in Star Wars. Thank you for noticing. No, I'm super geeked for Battlefield. Last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, it's been quite a while. We got the composer chosen for the Han Solo film. It's John Powell,
who did Jason Bourne.
For the main thing that he's been known for is the Bourne series. Which when I was, I had dreams of being a film composer, which I still do, but I took a break because podcasting is the shit. I listened to the Bourne Supremacy soundtrack in my car delivering pizza.
Oh, really?
On loop for so long. It's a really good soundtrack.
I don't think I've
It's one of
ever
my
seen
favorites.
a Bourne movie.
I've only seen the first one, I think.
I may have seen the first one too, actually.
But I liked it, and I really keep telling myself that I need to make a point to go back and watch all of them, and then I never do. But I liked it a lot, and I'm a big fan of Mission Impossible. I like the spy action shit. I'm not a big action movie fan, but when it comes to the spy stuff, where they have gadgets, they can, trick people, and like they turn like in fucking the newest. I just said the name and I can't think of it.
Gadgets.
Mission Impossible one.
Oh.
He turns a clarinet into a fucking sniper rifle. It's pretty cool. He didn't turn it into a sniper rifle. It was a sniper rifle disguised as a clarinet, I should say. Or an oboe, maybe. I don't know. Fuck it, whatever.
Just like
he was going in like a symphony orchestra concert to snipe somebody out of the crowd.
Jesus.
And it was, Mission Impossible's awesome, man. I'm a fan. I like it.
I've never seen any of those.
Dude, you need to watch 1, 3, and the rest of them.
Squidward.
2 is pretty bad.
Clarinet.
Yeah, of course. 2 is pretty bad, but the rest of them are really fun. It's just fun, man. James Bond's good. I wonder what's going to happen with that. If they're coming back with another James Bond movie with Daniel Craig, or if they're switching it up.
I'm pretty sure Daniel Craig was done.
I thought he was too.
He's now a stormtrooper from now on.
He's every stormtrooper forever.
Oh,
he is in a new movie with Adam Driver. I can't remember the fucking name of it though. That's when we said Baby Driver. I thought it was that for a second.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen skid bits of it.
Skid bits? What are these words you coming up with like all the time?
Oh, there's Rorschach, the guy who played Rorschach.
Oh, nice. Dude, you were talking about that a few episodes ago. That's another one that I need to watch, man.
Watchmen's so good. I have it.
Logan Lucky. That's the one that's coming out.
Completed.
Yeah.
Bottom 25. Rumored.
Oh, wow. Oh, maybe that's his last one. I'm sure they have to sign contracts like athletes.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's got to do like 5 Bond movies or whatever.
So Logan Lucky's coming out in exactly 11 days, 9 hours, 13 minutes, 50 seconds. So by the time you listen to this, it's probably out.
Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, some other people, I don't know. Seth MacFarlane, Adam Driver, Hilary Swank, Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes, wow.
It's kind of a stacked movie. Yeah, when I saw James Bond and Kylo Ren in the trailer together, I was like, probably got to go see that movie.
Yeah.
So it looks cool.
It's a comedy crime drama. 2 brothers attempt to pull off a heist during a NASCAR race in North Carolina. Okay.
Classic.
Unique. Okay. I get it.
I have a Brit in North Carolina. Have you seen Kingsman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
was
saw
pretty good.
the trailer for the second one. It looks pretty sweet. I need to watch it.
First one was good. I almost felt, and it has nothing to do with anything, but I almost felt like it was somewhat like a Harry Potter where they all went to school to be like a special person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you remember?
I never saw it.
Oh, they all go to school to become like a James Bond.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like they all have
That makes
unique
sense.
ideas or unique talents and stuff. It was just kind of fucked.
Really?
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I don't want to shit on it, but it's called Logan, Lucky Logan.
We just did it again. Wait, are you sure? I just looked it up. What are you talking about?
Hammered Logan.
Logan Lucky. It fucking says it right there. Jackass.
Logan Lucky.
Pissed. Anyways. Last thing of the fucking awesomeness that we didn't talk about is Comic-Con news, which is everyone
Nothing.
probably already knows by now because they already fucking seen everything. It's been 2 weeks. Nothing from Star Wars. Besides toys. They had toys there.
Yeah.
They didn't have any Star Wars. Like, so people thought we didn't get the Han Solo announcements or like a Last Jedi trailer at D23. Maybe we'll get it at Comic-Con. Nothing happened. They had new toys. That's it. The comics, they did announce there's a Mace Windu comic coming out.
Okay.
There's a Thrawn comic, which is an adaptation of the book, and there's a Phasma comic coming out. There's also a Phasma novel coming out.
Is there not Rogue One comics coming out about?
There is. I have the first
Jin?
one. It's so there's a Rogue One comic. It's literally a comic book version of the movie.
Did we go to Frankensons yet? Where's that at?
That's in LA. That's in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah. Speaking of anybody that's in LA, I'll be there. 3 weeks. We're going to Frankensons, and then we're getting drunk and watching the Floyd McGray. I almost said Floyd McGrayweather. We're watching the McGrayweather fight on Saturday, August 26th. So if you're in LA, we're all going to go be nerds together. So
Excellent.
come on out. Yeah, so nothing crazy from Star Wars. I'm kind of annoyed that they're making like comic books that are just it's just a book in a comic book form. Like, let's give it some new stories that kind of intertwine. Like the Rogue One comic is just it's the movie in a comic book. It's like, oh, I already saw that. Marvel was the big one for us. You know, there's Black Panther footage and trailer, Avengers Infinity War footage and trailer, which are not released for the public to see yet. That was specifically for the Comic-Con crowd. The Thor Ragnarok trailer looks awesome. Super excited for that. The next movie, the next Ant-Man movie is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Captain Marvel was announced. The Defenders, which is all 4 of the Netflix superheroes from Marvel coming together, is coming out. And then Marvel Inhumans, which is coming out on like ABC, I think. So my big skepticism of like the DC shows has been that they're on cable television.
Right.
So they can't like do a full superhero show because it's on fucking CBS or WB or whatever the hell. So Marvel's coming out with one on ABC, so I just don't think it's going to be good because you can't do what you need to do because you're on cable television.
Right.
Which is why, you know, the Netflix shows have been awesome. And then DC, people thought Ben Affleck was leaving, but he's not, so don't worry about it. Flashpoint movie. So, you know about Flashpoint. You should be excited to talk about that.
I'm excited as fuck about that.
I don't know anything about it.
It's a great movie. I mean, it was a great animated movie.
Right.
It's brutal. That's one word that comes along when I think about that. It's war and brutal. Everyone dies. It's Rogue One of DC.
And what's the main thing behind Flashpoint for people that don't know?
Flash's mom dies. So he uses his powers to go back in time and save her, and in doing so creates an alternate universe, and everything's fucked. Instead of Bruce dying, or I'm sorry, instead of Bruce Wayne's parents dying, Bruce dies and his parents live. His dad Tom becomes Batman. His mom becomes the Joker.
Yes.
Wonder Woman is actually in a world war against Aquaman, and it's tearing everything apart. And they bring a lot of people to, like Green Lantern's in it. Everyone dies.
Nice.
In the World War or something, and he has to get back to actually not saving his mom because he destroys the entire planet basically.
Jeez, that's crazy.
So but it's very brutal. There's like beheadings. Wonder Woman's a badass bitch.
I hope that happens.
No joke. Then this is a slight spoiler. Well, at least in the animated film, the Lasso of Hope or Truth or whatever.
Yeah, Lasso of Truth. Yeah.
She hangs a guy by it.
That's awesome.
She's trying to like get something out of him, and it's almost like a Vader thing where tell me where that, and then kills him, and just like fuck this. She's hanging some dude trying to get, and then.
So you think we'll have like a rated R Flashpoint?
No. Oh, I hope so.
We should.
It's a brutal movie
For people that saw the Comic-Con, or maybe you didn't. The Tom and Martha Wayne from the beginning credits of Batman v Superman. That's Thomas and Martha. So that's Batman and the Joker, which is going to be crazy. I've seen some people do some like fan art of them as like the Joker and Batman. Man, it's going to be fucking sweet.
And the Thomas Wayne Batman is a hard ass because he's not as smart or as technologically advanced or whatever. So he just uses 9mm and shoots fuckers in the head.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome. The Shazam is the next DC film that's going to start, and then they also said there's 2 more DC films coming out, but they didn't say what the fuck they are.
Great, perfect,
So
awesome.
like, why? Like, what does that
Guys,
mean?
we're announcing there's movies.
Good job.
What movies? They're
Good
coming.
job.
Coming out soon.
I don't think you were confused about that. And that's it for the stuff that we care about, pretty much.
Excellent.
Jesus, man. There's so much stuff. I can't keep up with it all.
Fat Flashpoint Paradox series is good.
Why are you putting spaces between your shit, man?
Yeah, you're blocked.
I borrowed a set of the Dark Tower graphic novels from a buddy. So there's a part in, I think it's the 3rd book of the Dark Tower series. Let me step back. The entire thing starts with a gunslinger, and Roland is at the end of his life. And he's trying to kill the Man in Black, and he's already gone through like everything. And then in some of the other books, they go back to him as a teenager when he's coming up and getting trained and leaving home and everything. So the graphic novel is covering when Roland steps up, becomes a man, and like becomes the gunslinger.
Yeah.
So
that's all part of the first book, I thought.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because
I think they mention it, but they like literally in the 3rd book they go back and there's like 6 chapters of him as a teenager. like going through training and him and his friends.
I could have sworn it was in the first book because he had a hawk named Mark or something that came in down and like destroyed his teacher's eyeballs and shit.
Yeah, Colt.
Colt.
His
I
teacher.
thought it was Mark.
No, his teacher's name is Colt. What's the hawk's name?
The bird's name?
David.
David.
Yeah.
I knew it was some just
Yeah. So, and they go in more detail that one of the later books, and then the graphic novel is that, like in detail. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna read that. You know, I'm just like trying to connect all these fucking strings of the Stephen King bullshit that's happening.
Excellent.
And then It comes out in September.
What does?
It, the movie. It.
That's it.
Shut up, dude. Seeing that trailer in the theaters was creepy as hell. I know that much.
I didn't see it yet.
You haven't seen any of them?
I saw a real short like teaser one. I thought.
Oh, there's 3 out now.
Oh, dang.
And they showed one, in theaters. Like, oh, jeez. Okay. What else?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
What's happening to you in the next week? You want to tell the motherfuckers?
Oh, announcement, guys. Announcement time.
Pay attention.
Mopar is moving. I'm no longer going to be local to Columbus. I'm going to be moving out east. I'm going to be probably about an hour away from Philadelphia. So going forward, we're going to try to do this via online situations. So it's going to be more of like a split screen thing. So
yeah,
we're going to try to test that out. I'm moving for work, Riley, but yeah, I got to move. I'm going to be about 6 hours away. So that I'm literally this whole week is going to be preparing and packing. I'll be moving next Saturday.
Yeah.
So in 6 days.
So we'll be doing the split screen Skype bullshit from now on.
That's how it's gotta be.
Except for special particular events.
Oh,
when you're back in town or I'm over there or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you coming back? Here's the big question. You coming back for the holiday season, like Christmas time?
I don't know. I'm going to be out in Seattle.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. He's lying now. He's making shit up.
I'll be in Seattle for
Christmas.
Christmas.
To Tatooine as well?
For Christmas. I'll be in Seattle.
Well, we got The Last Jedi coming up, so that's the only thing we have to really worry about. Everything else we can do digitally.
How our beer review is going to work. We're just going to both be hammered before we get on.
I was actually going to say we're going to have to plan to try to get the same one, or maybe we just talk about
split them.
2 different beers.
Maybe we just do opposite times. Like I'll just have a drinking beer. You'll do the beer review.
No, that could work.
And talk about it. And then the next time
you should find a cool craft beer store out there and have them like talk to Craft Drafts and like, what's a beer that both your stores have so we can review that?
Nah.
Oh, fuck it.
Actually, the issue is PA's fucking backwards with beer, and you got to go to like a beer distributor to get alcohol.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so lame.
It's slowly changing. I did find, when I was there this past week, I did find a gas station with beer, but they had to go through like all these crazy liquor license, like to get it.
Yeah, we're spoiled in Ohio.
Oh,
Just go grab beer at like a bakery.
Yeah. Bakery, a drive-through, yeah.
It's crazy.
That's what when I was taking the Swedes out, they said, "Oh, you have to go to like a beer store." I'm like, "Here, you don't even have to get out of your car. We got drive-throughs." So we went through a fucking drive-through, and they gave me $100, and they said, "Get as much beer as you can." I was like, "We're gonna get like 4 cases of Miller Lite, guys."
We don't even have room in the car for all of it.
And they loved it. They were like, Snapchatting me buying beer. I'm just like, "Yeah, you don't have to get out. Y'all just hand it later."
And you're famous
There's
in
like
Sweden.
90 beers coming through the window. I'm like, whatever.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, we're moving to the Skype split screen goodness.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
So make sure you got good internet out there.
The audio should be still perfect.
Audio, it's not
the
gonna
video,
change.
we're going to try to work out the bugs. I'm sure there's going to be some, but
it's fine.
Bug be gone. Be okay.
Bug watch.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Rogue Squadron Podcast episode 110.
Oh, lies. I'm going to piss my pants right now. I should have went right before we started. I forgot! Dear God!
Girl!
No!
Does Discord use video? I don't know what that means. What do you mean, what the fuck, Nicole? Later, Matt McLean. Thank you for tuning. Discord is an audio app. I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to ask Commander. I've never heard of Discord. Oh, I'm clean out. for sure, man. Dude. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I got a promotion at work, so it wasn't 100% required, but I do have to move, basically. I got to be centralized in northeastern United States because I basically travel for work. So if I didn't want to spend all fucking day on the road driving, I had to like centralize myself. So everything, yeah, it's worth money. Opportunity, there's a lot of opportunity with it, but I've always wanted to live outside of Ohio, and this kind of was the door open to do it. So the job, the money, and the opportunity had to do it. Couldn't not take it. So.
Hell yeah.
But he was asking about Discord is an audio app. Is that something that maybe we could use to record or something?
We gotta do video though. Who's that and why is she pissed?
I don't know. Nicole's been on and she was hammer triggered. Is she still in? I can't even tell.
McLean out. Oh, it's Matt. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I forgot. You got 47 different usernames.
We already went over that.
He said Matt, but I didn't catch that it was Matt McLean.
Oh.
He just said Matt. It's all good. Discord. I think I've heard of it. Yeah, but we got to do video too. So we'll just do. I was thinking about that earlier.
Can we do split screen on YouTube and cut it, or do we have to like feed it into YouTube already connected?
I got everything running through this. So we just feed it into.
Is it raining?
Just about. So what we do is. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do it right now. But yeah, no, I just
not even trying to read.
I just split screen it through this, so I'll just set it up so we'll just be side by side.
We're just gonna be like
Patreon. Yeah, we do. Actually, that's what we got to talk about before you leave forever. We have to reinitiate the Patreon. I was thinking about it. We're gonna do $1 a month. You give the fuck whatever you want.
$1 a month.
Yeah, everybody give us $1 minimum. You can give us as much as you want.
Riley says he'll join.
There you go. Just what?
Man,
I mean,
dude,
we don't have like a bunch of merch. Like just whatever you want, throw it at us, and you can keep listening.
Riley, let us know what you would pay for, because we actually struggle about that. We're 110 episodes in, and we're trying to like make money off this. And we don't want to like force people to pay for shit, but if you're willing to and think it's worth it,
what do you want in exchange?
Yeah, what do you want in exchange?
Nudie pics, digtile.com.
Internet blowjobs.
How did that even work?
Can you feel it? No? Well, half off this blowjob. 15 a month? Jesus.
Just keep recording. All right, well, we have, the page is active right now. It's patreon.com/RopeSquadPod. But we'll revitalize it and update a few things and change, like, the structure of it. Because I just want to do, like, we don't have, like, merch or, like, products, so it's just whatever you want to throw at us for being funny is fine.
There should still be something worth.
We don't have anything to give besides our hearts and souls.
Hearts and souls.
All right, friends.
Is that my chest?
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.